Being from downtown Toronto, like that's the core, I wanted to create an anthem for everybody, like all the inner city kids that come from where I'm from that district in the city. I wanted it to, you know, really set the tone for that area. But later on, I realized that, you know, it's much bigger than just my downtown core. There's a downtown in every city. So I just wanted to make it a worldwide anthem for all the inner city kids everywhere.
I'ma get on for sure, it's not a mic blow. To make it out the hood and I get trapped in a cycle. Depends on survival, it's vital, how life go. This is for my niggas that was raised in the streets. This is for my niggas, put they life on all they beats. For my downtown niggas.
Music started for me when I was 11, just sharing the room with my brother. He was actually playing like all the East Coast music, such as, you know, Fab, Jay-Z, Dipset. So from there, I just fell in love with it, the whole East Coast sound of hip hop. And then as soon as I turned 17, like I wrote my first record and I was like, yo, I could really do this. So the East Coast definitely influenced my sound. My mom is Grenadian, my dad is Venezuelan and Trinidadian. Being in the house and everything, they're always playing like sounds from the Caribbean. They're playing Motown, Michael Jackson, and that was actually like my first love, like Michael Jackson, the Thriller album, and just growing up on his music. So they had a very big influence in me creating music. So consistency is everything. It's actually key. When you're chasing a dream, when you're trying to do something in your life, or when you have a craft that you're trying to perfect, being consistent at it is key, because that's just how you become better day by day, and you really show people that this is what you're here to do, and you know you're good at it. Just that story of the average kid coming from the ghetto and making it out and just trying to change people's lives at the same time, people around you, you know, inspiring kids to not go down that wrong path that they see other people in the neighborhood have been going down for years. Just letting people know that chasing dreams is possible. You could really create your own reality and have your own mindset and really change the game. So letting people know anything is possible. Stay focused. When I wrote that record, it was kind of just a time in my life where I was involved with a female and things didn't really go as well. So I was kind of in like a depressed type state, but being in that type of state sometimes it brings out the best artistically. So that's just how that record came about, just telling myself I can't let this situation distract me from what I want to do. So I just said to myself, I gotta stay focused. Let me train my mind and tell myself, block out the negativity from that situation, let's keep moving, let's create a song for other people as well that are going through the same things. That was like turned into a lot of people's favorite song, and it's actually how a lot of people are starting to really know me now from that record. And I love it too, because when I wrote it, it was such a bad time in my life, but it's amazing to me how I turned a negative right into a positive, so it's dope. That's actually my dad's favorite basketball player, so, you know, he just loved the way he played, and he's like, you know, he loved his name. He's like, I'm gonna name my son Shaquille. So, yeah. I feel like anyone that is chasing a dream sometimes, they have self-doubt all the time, but it's how you defeat it and how you keep going, that's what really matters. Because some days you'll have your days where you'll be like, oh man, I don't know if this is gonna happen. But then something big a few days later might happen that just jumps right in. And so at the end of the day, I always tell people, you just gotta keep pushing, just keep pushing. You know, when you're trying to gain listeners at first, it doesn't come right away. So that can sometimes kill your spirit, but at the end of the day, you just gotta keep pushing and keep putting out product and then eventually, you know, the listeners will come. So that was definitely one of the struggles. Pusha T is just one of my favorite artists, all-time favorite rappers. He's one of the artists that I studied, and I feel like he was very underrated. He doesn't get the notoriety that he deserves. So instantly, when I heard the beat, I had no choice. I had to pay homage to Pusha. Me and him actually were supposed to play a festival together last summer, but it ended up getting canceled. And I always wanted to chop it up with him and have like a conversation just so I could get game from him and learn. So at the time, I had the record, I put it out, got an amazing response. He heard it. He actually like commented like the top-notch emoji on my Instagram, and then just gave me that clearance and just stayed in contact ever since. So shout out to Pusha. Been on the EP for I think a few months now. With the EP, you're gonna get every side. So you're gonna have like your bangers, you're gonna have a personal record for sure, but it'd definitely be ShaqIsDope on it. Yeah.